Fellow Internet citizens, welcome to the State of the Video Marketing Address. I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm the chairman of the Video Marketing Alliance, and I want to welcome you. This is my inaugural video after being installed as the chairman of the board of the Lawyers Video Marketing Alliance. And in today's video, I want to share with you some of the things that have gone on during the past year in the online video marketing community. I'm going to share with you some of our goals as a collective community of online marketers, and then I'm going to share with you some of my predictions for the years 2012. So come join me, because we're going to step back in time through this year, and this is now, we're about ready to close out the year 2011. This is now December. But I want to share with you a couple of incredible statistics that have come out as late as the end of October 2011. ComScore has come out with these incredible statistics. 21.1 hours of video are watched per month per person. 86.2% of the United States internet audience has watched video online. Think about that concept. 86.2% of the internet audience has watched video online in the United States. That is an amazingly powerful statistic. And here's something else that will knock your socks off. 42.6 billion videos were watched in October alone. The video marketing train has left the station. Most people have missed that train. However, they're trying to get on at the next stop. Because over the past year, I've noticed that a lot of attorneys who were never on video before are just trying to get onto video now. And they are what I would call do-it-yourself attorneys. And I'm proud to say that I'm a do-it-yourselfer when it comes to video marketing, because 6 years ago, there was nobody around who was able to teach what I do now. There was nobody teaching me, so I had to learn how to do this all by myself. And one of the incredible things that I've noticed about lawyers who are now starting to do video on their own is that they think they know how to create video because some marketing gurus simply tell them, grab their iPhone 4, grab their flip cam, press the red record button, and just upload it to YouTube. It doesn't matter. Well, I'm going to share something with you. It absolutely does matter. And it matters because our viewers, our consumers who are looking for information to consume, they correlate the quality of our videos with our legal ability. Now, you and I both know that that's absolutely untrue. But for a viewer who doesn't know an attorney who's searching online for information, that's the perception that they get when they recognize and they see that an attorney has not created technically proficient video. That the majority of attorneys who create video today as do-it-yourselfers, the quality of their video stinks. Much of the content that they create is not good. So what are they doing? They're spending their time and effort and energy to create something that they hope people will watch, with the desired goal of getting them to pick up the phone to call, right? That's the whole purpose of creating these videos, to drive traffic to your phone, to your website, so that your consumers and ideal clients recognize that you have information that they need. This is the entire goal of creating online video to market your practice or your business. That lawyers have had to adapt. And lawyers who have adapted have become very successful. Why? Because they've identified the information that people are actually looking for. And when they can match up that information with what somebody is looking for, they're much more likely to get that information read and watched compared to somebody who doesn't offer that type of information. There's a huge disconnect there. And that's critical to understand why the video marketing works so well. So let's face it. In order to market yourself online, you have to become an excellent video marketer. You have to understand the psychology behind what triggers somebody to pick up the phone and call you. What is it that's going to convert an online viewer into a caller? Because if you can't figure that out and don't know that, you're wasting your time and effort. And we, as a community of lawyers who are marketing our practices online, again, we have an obligation. We have an obligation to teach our consumers and to help them understand the process. Let's face it, most attorneys don't want to be bothered with anything involving marketing. The really smart lawyers recognize how important video marketing is, as well as other types of marketing. Because you can be the best attorney in the world, but if you don't know how to market yourself and your law firm, you're going to be the best lawyer who doesn't have any clients, and you certainly don't want to be in that position. I understand exactly the position you're in. Why? Because I'm a practicing trial attorney just like you. I'm a solo medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing here in the state of New York. And I understand what it's like to be in the trenches every day. It's important to recognize that as a video marketer, you have a moral obligation to help your fellow man. And I'm not talking about giving away your services for free, although many of us do. in terms of pro bono work and charity work, but from the sense of giving away information so that people who are searching for you can find your information, and that's critical. We have evolved over time as a community so that now we are much more likely to provide useful content and information, whereas years ago we didn't. Now we've evolved, and I'm glad to see that. You know, the economy has hit many people very hard, not just attorneys, but business people. You see it across the country. Why are certain lawyers having the best years ever in 2011 while so many others are struggling? One of the common threads that I've noticed throughout observing attorneys throughout the country, as I lecture to lawyers, as I go to different marketing seminars, is one common thread. The lawyers who tend to be very successful are the ones who have changed their focus, and the focus is no longer on them and their law firm. In fact, the focus has nothing to do whatsoever with them or their law firm. Rather, it's how can I help you? What is the transformational value of what I do? How can that help you and solve your problem? The lawyers who understand that concept are the ones who are really doing remarkably well in this downturn economy. Another great thing about lawyers who are using video today is they are able to distinguish themselves from all of their competitors. The question always arises that I ask every lawyer when they're using traditional forms of media: how do you show that you're different? A consumer who's searching for attorneys in your particular area, your geographic area, and your practice has choices. What are you doing now to show that you're different and that you're the right solution for them? Most lawyers are tongue-tied. They don't have an answer to that question. But I found that the lawyers who are using video and doing it successfully are the ones who are able to show that they're different. And it's not simply because they say, come to me because we care, or maybe because we have free parking. The lawyers who are successful with using online video are the ones who use it in a way to help educate their consumers. Those are the successful lawyers, and that is why video marketing is so powerful and why it works. So let's talk about some of the goals that I'd like every one of us to achieve for the year 2012. We need to become better teachers, better educators, and teach the general public about what we do and the process that's involved with the type of law that you handle. By doing that, people will immediately recognize that you have the expertise, that you have the knowledge, you have the experience. My goal for all of you is to become more transparent. Most viewers have never been inside an attorney's office. Open up your doors. Show them where you work. Show them your Oval Office. Instead of the Oval Office, show them your office. You know why? It's going to transform the way that you practice. When they walk into your office, and here's a tip that I share with attorneys who participate in my Total Online Video Success Program. I encourage, very much so, that attorneys create video in your office. And it's a psychological trigger that you'll recognize immediately the moment I tell it to you. When a client walks into my door and they've watched my videos and they sit down in my office, in the chair right in front of me, one of the first things they tell me is, Mr. Oginski, I feel like I've been here before. They walk into my office and they feel like they've been here before. Why? Because they've been in my office, virtually of course. And that's an incredibly, incredibly powerful tip and strategy that I hope you'll take away from this particular video. I want you to give back to your community. You're asking viewers and your consumers to come and join you, to participate in your knowledge and your expertise. I want you to make a concerted effort to actually give back that time to the community in ways that will teach and educate them. I also have another goal for you. I want you to make a true difference in your clients' lives. Think about this. How are you actively making a difference in your consumers' lives, in your clients' lives today? Are they just another file? Are they just another folder with a name attached to it? Do you see them once a year, maybe twice a year? You speak to them on the phone once or twice a year? Remember, we are not just attorneys, we are counselors. And as counselors, besides our ethical and moral obligations to our clients, you have more of a duty than that. And especially in our video marketing community, you have an obligation to your consumers and clients. And one of those obligations is to make a difference in these people's lives. One of your goals for the year 2012 should be to learn how to be a better marketer. How can you better market your practice? And one of the best ways to do that is to get yourself to a legal marketing seminar. You should be learning from really smart attorneys, because only then will you understand what really successful lawyers have been able to accomplish in this difficult economy and why they are doing so well while others are still struggling. You have to learn from people who have done it before. And one of the best ways to do that is to get yourself to a legal marketing seminar or other type of marketing seminar so that you can begin to learn and, importantly, implement what you learn. Because it's no good if you just go there, soak up the information, and don't apply the information that you've learned. You must do that. And I'll give you a couple of ideas of places you can go to get great information. One is Ben Glass's Great Legal Marketing Seminar. Highly recommended. Next is Ken Hardison's PILMA Seminar, Personal Injury Lawyer Marketing and Management Association. Another great seminar is Chris Munley's Atlas Legal Marketing Seminar. And of course there's the AVO seminar, which is called Avocating. And again, you're going to get tremendous information from those, and I highly recommend them. Let's talk about my predictions for the year 2012. I predict that video will become the dominant online media that we see every single day. The majority of online content will be video-based, and that's something that has been confirmed by Google, Cisco, and Yahoo, and all the big internet players. And if you as an attorney are not getting onto that video train, I guarantee you, you will be left behind the station, you will be left in the dirt, your practice will become antiquated and outdated, and guess what? You'll be scratching your head wondering why you're not getting the types of calls that you used to get and why your business is drying up. So you must get onto that video marketing train now before it's way too late. You, as an attorney who are creating video, have to learn how to communicate better. There are many attorneys who are on video today that have created video that could clearly improve. And one of the things that I recommend you do is to learn and make a concerted effort to learn how to communicate better. And one of the best people that I could recommend teaching you the power of persuasion and teaching you how to communicate is a good friend of mine. His name is Dave Fries. He happens to be a trust and estates attorney practicing in Pennsylvania. But more importantly, he leads a mastermind group called 3daystotsuccess.com. And if you really want to learn how to communicate and learn the power of persuasion, then I highly recommend Dave's mastermind program, which I had the privilege of attending back in Arizona a few months ago. I will be there next year in April in Arizona, and I highly recommend this for anybody who wants to learn how to communicate better. One of my predictions is that you become a marketing student. And not just an average marketing student, but somebody who becomes an avid student who not just studies marketing, but somebody who implements exactly what it is that they're learning. And those are the very highly successful attorneys, the ones who are learning and then implementing what they're learning. Now, I have to share this statement with you because it's extremely powerful. I was having a chat with a gentleman. This gentleman said to this woman, "We're not lawyers and law firms. Instead, we are marketers. And we are a marketing firm that just happens to sell legal services." And the moment he said that, I recognized that he was 100% correct. We are not just lawyers, and we are not just law firms. We are, in effect, marketers. And our firms are marketing firms that just happen to sell legal services. Now, we had this discussion with a number of people on Facebook, and there were a lot of people who were against that particular statement. Yet there were many smart attorneys who chimed into that thread, who said, you know what? You're absolutely right. We are marketing our services. We just happen to be lawyers. And that's an incredibly powerful statement. And if you recognize the significance of that statement, it will revolutionize the way that you market your practice and how you use content to create educational video in the type of video that you put up online. Now, I've given you a lot of information in the inaugural video of the Lawyers Video Marketing Alliance and the State of Video Marketing Address today. And what I want you to do is to take that information and I want you to begin to apply it, because this will clearly help you in your marketing efforts. Now, you've heard me give you a ton of information, and I want to ask you a question. If you think that I've given you a good deal of information, I want to share something else with you. There's a lot more where that came from. And if you want to learn even more about how video can transform your practice, how powerful it can be to market you and your law firm or your marketing company, then what I want you to do is I want you to press that button below, which is a direct link, to come join me on a webinar that I created just for you. And on the webinar, I'm going to show you how powerful video is, how you can improve your marketing efforts. And I encourage you to do that. It's a free webinar. Go ahead, click below It'll give you the sign-up page where you can sign up for the date and time that's convenient for you. Well, that wraps up today's video marketing address. I'm Gerry Oginski, coming to you from the pseudo Oval Office. I want to thank you for joining me, and I wish you and your families a wonderful, prosperous new year in 2012. Thanks for watching, everybody.